apply and then hit OK. Then you're done with that. So the next thing it's going to ask you to do is it's going to ask you to start your encoder. So you're just going to hit start streaming right here. Your encoder is OBS, that's what it's referring to. So I just started my stream. And then once you do that, it says to go to the live control room. So you're just going to click on that highlighted text. And, okay, obviously it says this event can't be featured because it's private, of course. So it should say your stream status is good. If it's not, then you did something wrong. Go check what you did wrong. Make sure your bitrate's all good. Make sure your settings are the same as mine. Make sure you've done everything right. And make sure you've listened to the video correctly, because I have explained everything just perfectly, I assume. So what you're going to want to do next is start streaming right here. Your encoder is OBS, that's what it's referring to. So I just started my stream. This is just going to look at your settings. That it says to go to the live control, so you're just going to basically find out if the settings, make sure your settings are the same as mine. It's basically just here. Your encoder is OBS, okay? So this is just going to, and then once you do that, it says to go to the live control, so you're just going to finish basically. Alright, so mine's successful, so I can actually start this stream, and then it'll start my stream. Once you start your stream, if I start this stream, I don't know if it'll actually start. Okay, so it started. So once it starts, you're actually in the live control room now, so you can go ahead and preview your stream right here, but it's actually not going to happen here because my stream is private. Okay, so here's my stream right here. This is what the public will see. You can actually open your live chat in a new window if you want to keep up with the chat. But what I usually do to keep up with the chat is I view on the watch page so that I can look at the chat and everything around there. So as you can see, one watching now, you can like it. So your stream should be live now. Everything should be good. So, yeah, that is basically all you really need to know about streaming on this. So now I'm basically going to be showing you how to actually stream stuff. So I've showed you all these settings. Now you're like, well, how do I stream a game or my desktop? Now I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming on here since I'm done. And we can go ahead and minimize all that once you're done testing. Once everything works fine, you're good, man. You're good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to launch a game and we're going to try to play it. So I'm just going to open Steam really quick. Oh, of course Steam has to update at like the best moment ever when I'm making a video. That's freaking awesome. Just open that. So alright, so I should explain to you guys how this all works. So the scenes, this is just basically the main group of things, and then the sources are what you're actually going to be recording with. So if I add PUBG, that's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, that's a game, that's going to be a game here. And if I enable that, it's going to start recording PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And if I disable it, then it'll totally ignore Battlegrounds and it won't record it. So the mixer, these are your audios. So I usually put my desktop around 10 decibels because you don't want to have your desktop audio and your mic at the same like level because they won't be able to really hear you. So I just make my desktop sound lower than my mic sound because you know, you gotta let the people hear you. If you don't have a mic, you can just mute your mic over here, turn it all the way down, or you can just hit the mute button, whatever floats your boat. But I leave mine at minus 1.1 dB because it gets loud sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. So once you're done with that, I'm actually gonna hit stop streaming because it's actually still streaming right now. So what's pretty cool is it tells you how much your CPU uses, and this right here is the duration of your stream or your recording. So alrighty, the first thing you want to do once you start recording things is you want to launch a game that you want to record. So first, before we do the game stuff, I'm going to show you how to record your desktop. So what you want to do is you want to go to display capture. You can rename it to whatever you want. I'm just going to name it whatevs. I don't know. And then you hit OK. And then display, you can select whatever display you want. So if I select display 0, it's going to stream my display 0. And if I select display 1, it'll start streaming display 1. But yeah, that's how you record your desktop. So we're going to go ahead and delete this. The way you delete ones is right click and hit remove. So that's the monitor captures. And if you want to capture a specific window, you just hit window capture and then OK. This would be useful for other things, like if you want to capture anything else really. So anything else that's open. So is right click. I'd use this for like the League of Legends class. That's the monitor capture. If you want to record, if you want to capture like a web page game, like a Flash game, I'd use that. Hit window capture. You can add images, browser sources, other things like follower alerts. Capture anything else really. So anything else that's open. So is right click. I'd use this for like the League of Legends class. That's the monitor capture. If you want to capture like a web page game, like a Flash game, I'd use that. Hit window.
That looks like honey.
It does seem thicker than corn syrup.
Huh. Yeah, it's not very sticky. No. You don't know when it's been. You don't know how old that is.
It says 2019 on the box printing. So the box is at least new. Okay, well, that's a pretty good view
The
of the
inside.
inside of a Stretch Armstrong that does not have gallium in it.
Can we just peel his skin off his entire body?
Probably. Well, now we know what a Stretch Armstrong without gallium looks like inside.
I want to see something. I want to see if we can
Oh, you just
recreate
inject the gallium in.
and see what it was that we did. Okay, I'm going to say it probably puddled on top of the...
In between the rubber and the...
Oh,
Oh, that's a good... You got a good cavity there.
I just want you to know this is the strangest thing I have ever done.
Nice. We have now refrigerated / frozen both our dolls. The one that got injected first and the one that got skinned first. Not entirely solid still, but
He's pretty darn
pretty solid.
close.
Alright, let's open him up. See what we've got.
Oh no. He's got to make sure it comes off his head, alright. Oh, his butt's squishing down. There's... the gallium in it is not frozen all the way.
That is neat. That's cool. So it was inside, or the corn syrup like puddled behind it a little bit.
But this part, his butt isn't done.
Oh yeah, that's clearly
Hang on.
squishy.
What? Yes!
Oh, his butt is leaking. Let's throw him back in the freezer for a bit.
Just like that.
We've now very thoroughly frozen this Stretch Armstrong. I don't think we
You're
can
gonna
really
break
get him
the
off the
plate.
plate. Yeah, it's pretty solid at the moment. But we did get the metal solid, so you can really see it.
You can see where it's actually started to crystallize inside him.
Yeah, like, so the gallium, if it cools off at the right temperature, you often get these geometric shapes, which are like those crystals we were looking at the very beginning. And some of those started to form within the Stretch Armstrong, which is pretty fun.
Getting it out's going to be a hoot, because we have to let it warm up enough, not to melt the corn syrup, but to melt the metal of it. Well, our camera guy Mark had the idea of us trying to make cotton candy out of this corn syrup now. We might have to do that. Oh, is this how we're going to...
It just all ran out.
Okay, there's nothing left in there.
Yeah, there's like little bits of residue.
Okay.
But for the most part, it all poured out of his neck.
Good.
Right there.
Yeah, well, there goes his arm.
Yeah, look how nicely that metal is in the middle. Actually, this is kind of funny. If you look on the outside, it looks like the gallium is going all the way to the edges of his arm. And then you look at the middle of it and you see that there's actually quite a bit of corn syrup around it.
Alright guys, we are going to try and extract our gallium. We'll see how it goes. Anything else you want to see us do with nostalgia toys? It's on the comments below. Guys, unfortunately that's not all. We always have more for you to see. And if you like this kind of strange content, hit that button so you're subscribed and never miss out on the fun. Talk to you then.
is making a commitment to help bartenders keep doing what they do best. Let's keep our bartenders pouring.
There's an actor named Eric Dane who looks exactly like this Stretch Armstrong doll's face. Like, if they didn't copy his face, I'm amazed. In today's video, we're going to see if the goo inside a Stretch Armstrong doll can be turned into cotton candy.
This is a concerning assortment of things that you have here.
We've got a couple more Stretch Armstrong dolls. You may remember, not too long ago, did a test about injecting liquid metal into a Stretch Armstrong doll, and, well, we got a couple more. The last ones didn't survive. One of them is still mounted to our wall, or at least what's left of them. Here's the basic idea. According to research, the stuff inside a Stretch Armstrong is actually a form of corn syrup. That's one of the things we know can be made into cotton candy, so we're going to see if we can make actual cotton candy out of the stuff inside a Stretch Armstrong. But yeah, Stretch Armstrong doll, rubber doll, full of what is supposed to be a form of corn syrup. At some points in my life, I have tasted the stuff inside a Stretch Armstrong.
You did research. It is
like
a
corn
form
syrup.
of it.
Yeah, it's like a thicker type of corn syrup. I don't know if it's food grade corn syrup. They've, it's been sitting inside a rubber doll for who knows how long, and I don't know how well they treated it before they put it in the doll. So I'm not terribly eager to eat it, but I was really curious because we know there's not many things that work for making cotton candy. Sugar is one of them.
Sugar.
And I think
That's
we've had
about
success.
the end of the list.
Yeah, we've made it with corn syrup. It was a slightly different texture.
A form of sugar stuff.
Still a form of sugar, yes. And if I remember right, what we had to do was put the corn syrup up to the hard packed candy stage, let it cool down, and then put those pieces into the machine. So I think we're going to try and do that with the insides of a Stretch Armstrong guy and see if it works out. I had a different experiment I want to try.
Yeah.
This is something that was done by the Action Lab already on his channel. He put a Stretch Armstrong in a vacuum chamber, and I thought it was hilarious, so we're going to do it. It's pretty much the exact same thing he already did, but